Go yard. I got so much motherfucking design on right now.
Break it down, bring it back, make it clap. I got 3 old thoughts, new guap, where that bitches on my line, and you know they come.
Hey, what's going on, boys? It's your boy Cool Kid coming back at you with yet another Clash Royale video. Today, boys, season has just ended. We're back to Challenger 1 in the Path of Legends. We're gonna just check out how I did. It's not very good. We got 14 medals. Very, very unfortunate. I was aiming for 2K like all season. I did end up hitting just over 1900. I did get a screenshot of that, so I'll put it right here. If I remember. But yeah, basically I pushed up to 1900, took a little break, came back, tilted like 300 trophies, and yeah, we didn't do too hot since then, so we ended up at 1714. Yeah, enough excuses. I'm gonna go over just some replays. I couldn't get any live matches in because it was pretty late. Everyone was asleep. I was feeling even more sick than I am right now, so I have all these excuses why I'm not giving you live matches. We're just gonna go over some replays. Just give me 1 second. Alright, boys, this first match was against our boy Raw Dog. Lovely name. He's from the R gang. Very cool. We start off with an Ice Wizard in the back. He goes Queen in the back. If you don't already know, he's playing Ian77's deck. It's the Queen, Hog, Giant Skelly, Earthquake deck. Very annoying. I would say it's a pretty even matchup with Graveyard because he does have Earthquake, Log, Cannon. He's got so many counters for the Earthquake, but we also have a lot of counters for his Hog, but he can't overwhelm us with the Giant Skeleton pushes, and we can overwhelm him with just spamming Graveyards with our Skelly King, I guess. I don't know. I haven't been playing Graveyard very long, like 2-3 days. But yeah, this match was pretty cool. I feel like I played very well. He did Earthquake, our Tombstone there, so I placed a Giant or a Skelly King to counter up his Giant Skelly. My goodness, I am tripping over these words. And then I go Phoenix, Tornado, full counter that Hog on the left. And yeah, that Skelly King does go down to the Skelly King. Okay, I don't know if I'm saying the right word anymore, but those Skelly boys both cancel out anyways. This Phoenix gets destroyed by a Princess and the Yes. Okay, that all goes down. Giant Skelly cleans up. He's got a decent amount of elixir on us. So I go with an Ice Wiz over here. And then, unfortunately, I also had to go with the Tombstone. I didn't have anything better in Cycle. So I went with the Skelly King after he Earthquakes the Tombstone. And unfortunately for us, this Giant Skelly just absolutely cleans up our entire counter push. That's why Giant Skelly is so, like, overpowered, especially in this matchup. Because you're kind of counting on your counter pushes, I guess, to Graveyard with. And just take his tower out with. But if the Giant Skelly cleans up the entire counter push, then it's kind of difficult to get any damage, especially because they do have Earthquake and Log. So yeah, I would say it's definitely a tough matchup, especially for a beginner. But yeah, anyways, he does go with the Queen right in front of his Princess tower, so I go with the Poison on it, hit the Giant Skelly as well, put the Tombstone in anti-Earthquake position, but he does Log it anyway, so I do have to Tornado this Hog over. Unfortunately, my egg does go down, but he does pop the Queen ability here, so not too bad. He did waste 1 extra elixir, so I go with the Skelly King. I was going to go in with a Graveyard here too, but he did go in with the Hog. He's applying some very good pressure here, and then he can just counter up my Skelly King with the Cannon, and the stuff on the left isn't much of a threat. He can just go with a Giant Skeleton to counter it, and then we just have Phoenix here. I did decide to go with a little bit of an aggressive Graveyard here, just trying to get any damage, knowing he would have to waste at least some elixir if he didn't want it to do like too much damage. So I guess it probably wasn't an amazing Graveyard for sure, but yeah, could have been better. We do hit a Poison on his Queen and a Cannon. I don't know why he placed that Cannon, but I will definitely take it. Barbarrel for the Queen. Everything on the left went down to the Giant Skeleton once again, so I go with the Phoenix on the Giant Skelly, go with the Tombstone once again in the Earthquake position. Very, very nice having the Tombstone to just pull the Hog in just really easy ways, I guess. So yeah, we go with the Graveyard with the Giant Skelly, or the, oh my goodness, Skelly King and all that. and then he logs everything back. We get some solid damage there. Ice Wiz is absolutely clapping this giant skeleton's bony little cheeks up. But yeah, he does get clapped back. He goes with the Queen Hog push on the left. Little unfortunate. He also has Graveyard, so I have to go Tombstone, Ice Wiz. I think I did a log and then Tornado, all that fancy stuff. Then I go with the Phoenix here. I was gonna go in with the Graveyard, but I feel like it was too predictable. This is like the only reason I didn't do it. Maybe I should have. But yeah, he did have to log there because I did Bar Barrel tanking for my Phoenix Egg. I went with a really bad Tornado here, though. I don't think that was needed at all. But yeah, it's whatever. We're still in the damage advantage. Not doing too bad on Elixir either. And here the Graveyard does get some solid RNG, showing how much skill it takes to use it. And here he does go with the log on my anti-earthquake Tombstone. And then I go with the Graveyard Poison just to finish out this match, making sure I get enough damage to win. And then he goes with Hog. I go with Tombstone. He goes with an early Hog. 3, 2, 1. Game over. We steal that W from our boy Raw Dog. We have to laugh at him. I would say his biggest mistake was making small Hog pushes. He should have been pushing in with the Giant Skeleton and Queen more often. But yeah, I'll definitely take that win. Alright, boys, next match here. It's just going to be a little quick one. We'll put it in 2 times speed. It's nothing too crazy. I just wanted to show it because I am a Graveyard noob. I've been playing just a couple days here, and we're going up like against a mirror matchup. Only difference is I have level 13 Skelly King. Well, I'm saying it's level 13. It's not even max, but this guy has the Knight. But yeah, basically he goes with the Poison here on a Tombstone. So I go in with the Bar Barrel and the Phoenix, and we get some very, very solid damage, mainly due to the Phoenix. Yeah, very solid there. And then I go with an Ice Wizard to counter his up, and then he goes Knight Graveyard on like 0 elixir. So I go with the Skelly King and the Poison, hoping the Skelly King would actually have more HP than that, but unfortunately it didn't. He does walk out the lane, and I pop the ability at the last second, and Buddy just gives up. So very solid win there. We just kind of outplayed him. I was actually kind of proud of that. That's the only reason I shared it, because I did struggle against other Graveyard decks. But yeah, that's how you beat other Graveyard decks, I guess. Alright, boys, third match over here. Just waiting for it to load up right now. We're going up against our boy, this guy. And if you look at his starting couple of cards, you can see we're playing Graveyard. He's got Mother Witch, Earthquake, Tornado, and the next card, Bar Barrel. So we go with an Ice Wizard in the back. He goes Mother Witch in the back. Here, I'm like, okay, this is probably going to be my only opportunity just because he has Mother Witch. So I go with the Bar Barrel Graveyard. Very aggressive, I know, but I figured I'm going to get damage while I can. I also go with the Skelly King in the back, just collecting some souls up. And then he does go E-Giant at the bridge. I go with the Tornado, though, on this mini P.E.K.K.A. Very lucky I got the King Tower activation there. I do have to go with the Tombstone here, but now I don't have much elixir to counter up this Mother Witch, which is on 1 HP currently. So I go with the Ice Wizard last second, and we are down a lot of elixir, and we're pretty well even on damage. He does throw an Inferno Dragon right on top of my Ice Wizard, though. If I was him, I definitely would have, you know, played a bit more passive, let that Ice Wizard connect and just make another big push from the back. And I am still down a decent amount of elixir, but it's fine, I guess, because he went with a cage. So here we kind of reset, not really, and I just went with the Phoenix in the back just to take out that Brawler once it comes out. And then here he goes, mini P.E.K.K.A. in the back. Very strange play. I go with the Poison and all that. I don't know what that mini P.E.K.K.A. was. He put it right into a Phoenix. I could get some poison value just because this Phoenix gets so much value. So I didn't waste much elixir at all there. He does have to go with the Bar Barrel as well to counter up this Phoenix. I go Skelly King in the back, but he goes with the E-Giant in the back. And we got to clap all this up. Phoenix gets some gnarly death damage. That's a lot of damage right there. But yeah, unfortunately the egg does get taken out. He goes for an Inferno Dragon right on top of the Skelly King. Very unfortunate. So yeah, here we go with the Tombstone, and of course, he's got the Earthquake for that. I did go with the Bar Barrel. Yeah, yeah, we'll say I just went with the Barbed Barrel. And then I go with the Tornado. I have a double Ice Wizard. He has a Mini P.E.K.K.A, Inferno Dragon, E-Giant, and he also uses a Tornado, but we defend it all up decently. Tower finishes off both those things up. Yes, and then he goes with the Barbed Barrel on top of my Tombstone, which I try to counter his E-Giant with. So it was a bit unfortunate once again. And we go with the Ice Wizard just to slow the E-Giant down so it doesn't do much damage. Skeleton here tanks for the Inferno Dragon after he got pushed back by the Phoenix death. And it gets the Phoenix to respawn, which was pretty cool. Here we do have a little bit of a counter push. I knew he would have to waste a bit of elixir to counter it, so I went with the poison. But unfortunately for us, he did just have a mini peck, which cleaned absolutely everything up. Here he goes, E-Giant and Earthquake on the right. Here I get a very, very nice Tornado. Counter up the mini P.E.K.K.A and the E-Giant all at the same time. I also go with the Tombstone just in case. And didn't really need it, but I guess now we have it for the next E-Giant he places. And I can just cycle back to another one if that one dies out. So not a horrible Tombstone, I'll say. But yeah, here Skelly King's getting some souls charged up for his ability, but he goes E-Giant right in the front of that thing. So I go with the ability, get as much damage on that bad boy as I can. Ice Wizard slowing everything down. Inferno Dragon kind of cleaning up. So I go with the Barbed Barrel, try to tank it, but unfortunately it takes out the Ice Wizard. Phoenix and Tower take the Inferno Dragon out though, so not too shabby. Notice how I haven't gone in with the Graveyard ever since that first Mother Witch he placed. And since our poison cycle has been working out, it's actually like kept us in the lead, which is very, very solid. Here I go with the Ice Wizard Barbed Barrel just to cycle back to another Tombstone. And he does go Inferno Dragon. And here I just go with a Phoenix right on top of that thing. Ice Wizard also chips away at it. I go with another Ice Wizard just to make sure that E-Giant gets absolutely slowed down. I guess he didn't want the Phoenix to respawn, so he Barbed Barreled on top of the egg. So I go with my own Barbed Barrel, try to do something here. And then I go with the poison on top of this cage. I do take the cage out at least. But yeah, not much other than that. But I guess I do get the poison value or damage on tower, which is very solid. He goes with an E-Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A, Inferno Dragon push here. He also goes to the Barbed Barrel for the Tombstone. I just poisoned up the Mini P.E.K.K.A and the Inferno Dragon and the E-Giant. Pull the E-Giant over even more with the new Tombstone. He goes in with another E-Giant on the left, right into a Tombstone as well as a Mother Witch. Unfortunately, I did just use up my Barbed Barrel, so I had to poison it up. I also Tornado the Mother Witch just to make sure she does go down. And then here, there's a tiny little counter push going on. Nothing too crazy. 1 second left. Easy dubs. We take that win just because he was too aggressive that one time with one Mother Witch, and we just poison cycled our way through that one. So I'd say that's a very solid win against a very tough matchup, and I'm very, very proud of that one. All right, boys, loading up the last replay here. Here we were going up against our boy, this guy, once again. He's playing some Mega Knight pigs, like Fireball Bait, and he also has a Mother Witch. So this was, again, a pretty tough matchup. We start off just wasting a bit of elixir, and I just go with the Ice Wizard in the back. Not too shabby of a play for sure. He goes with Zappy Split in the back, and I go with Tombstone. Once again, pretty solid starting play, I think, but he does go with the Mother Witch for it. So I try to go with the Barbed Barrel for her, and he does log the Barbed Barrel away. And here things get a little crazy. I have to go with the Skelly King on the left. And if you look at my hand right now, I don't have much great for these pigs. I go with the Phoenix, and then because the Zappies are there, I don't think I could have tornadoed those pigs. I think I would have taken too much damage, and the Zappies just would have been stalling everything out. So I went with the Ice Wizard, and then this Flying Machine just cancels that Phoenix out. Very, very unfortunate start. We're down 1,200 damage on one tower, 700 damage on the other tower, and of course we haven't dealt any to him because he's just killed our counter pushes, and we're like even on elixir. So yeah, not a great start whatsoever. He does go with the split Zappy, so I just take the poison. I didn't know what else to do. I was scared to play anything, if I'm going to be honest. I was looking at his deck like, oh boy, this is going to be a little tough. He goes with the E-Barbs split in the back. I go with just the Tombstone, nothing too crazy. And then I go with the Barbed Barrel and the Phoenix, making sure that Mother Witch absolutely dies. And here I go with the Skelly King as well. Make sure that E-Barb on the left gets countered up, but also I just want to, charge up some souls. Notice his Mother Witch was out of cycle. And then he does go Mega Knight here. So yeah, I go with the graveyard because once again his Mother Witch is out of cycle. I tried to get some solid tower damage here. He does go with a log, but I think it was a bit early. Ability on my part wasn't amazing, but it did deal some solid damage to the Mega Knight, so it was alright. But we are down a lot of elixir now, so I just go with an Ice Wizard to counter up this Mega Knight real quick. Both towers shoot at him until he goes down. He goes Zappy split and E-Barb split in the back. Honestly, I'm very happy that he did that and didn't go aggressive because he did have so much elixir up on me. Yeah, and here I predicted the crap out of his flying machine with that Phoenix. Very, very solid there. We go with an Ice Wizard on the right, Zappy, and Skelly King just cleans everything up. We go with the poison on this Mother Witch. We have a full health Skelly King coming down the lane. He just used Mother Witch. Guess what that means? We're going in with another graveyard. He goes in with the Mega Knight and the Zappies. I tried to NATO and splash those Zappies up and kill them with the Skelly King. Unfortunately, it didn't work. I was really hoping to get a lot more damage dealt to his counter push. Unfortunately for us, it didn't work out too well, though. Here we get a nice prediction poison on the flying machine, just predicting these flying machines left and right. And we take out this Mega Knight with our Skelly King. And we're doing a lot better on the elixir spectrum now. He does go Zappies in the back, and then he goes with the Mega Knight in front. Here, I was really hoping my Skelly King was going to die first, but unfortunately, I placed my Ice Wizard first, so it's going to be tougher to get back to a Skelly King. I go with a Barb Barrel here and a Tombstone, unfortunately, right on top of the Mega Knight jump. And here I have to Tornado, so I'm going to take that Mega Knight jump, and that would be too crazy, you know? And here, the Flying Machine does take my Phoenix out, so I have to go with an Ice Wizard to counter it as well. Once again, putting us down on Elixir. So he goes E-Barbs in the back here. I was like, okay, we'll take a poison. I was a little scared to poison, but I figured, what's the worst that could happen, right? So here I go with the Skelly King, go with the Tombstone, take those E-Barbs out. He goes with the Mother Witch, and we do go with the Phoenix, try to snipe her. But I believe it was that one pick, just pulled my Phoenix out of the sights of that Mother Witch, or the other way around, however English works. And then this Mega Knight and the Flying Machine kind of go ham. He fireballs down my Ice Wizard. And here I just go with the Tombstone for the pigs, hoping to deal some damage to them. Go with the Skelly King as well as he logs. I also go with the Tornado because I'm so scared at this point. But I have 3-card cycle because of this Skelly King. I realize that. Go with the Barb Barrel, like poison first, Barb Barrel, Tombstone, Tornado, just to make sure nothing gets too close to our tower. And then we're back to another poison. And we finish off this game and this video with a solid W. Alright boys, and just to finish out this video, I'm gonna do this little thing over here, daily tasks. This is like, I think the second time I've ever finished this thing, getting the full weekly thing. So yeah, we're gonna pick that up real quick, get all these useless cards I don't need, and then open up our first banner box of the season. Let's see what we get here. Boom, boom, boom. We get some Dragon Trio going on. Pretty cool. Probably won't use it. I like my Hog banner way too much. Yeah, anyways, that was a video. That was a cool kid. Peace out and toodaloo.